First, let me ask you a question. What is Tanya all about? What does Tanya tell you to do? Huh?
The secrets of life.
And the secret is?
Guidelines for life.
Yeah?
It's connecting to Hashem. It's all like connecting to Hashem. To a stronger thing.
I'm saying, like people wrote to the author of the questions and just put it together and wrote the answers.
So what is the answer?
Think how you're connected to Hashem.
Huh?
Tell me your connection to Him. What you're made of.
Your connection to Hashem.
Yes, what you're made of.
Okay.
In the summer, you're
Right. What is your connection to Hashem? According to Tanya.
in the summer.
Your neshama is connected to Hashem. So what should you do? Nothing. You have to do anything. Huh?
Hey, no mitzvahs. Mitzvahs.
Doesn't Tanya say that you have to be a Benoni? You think you'll be a Benoni someday?
Yes, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Does it say that you should think of yourself as a Benoni?
Even if you're not?
Yeah.
No, I think it says you should think of yourself as a Benoni even if you're a tzaddik. What I'm asking is it realistic to be a Benoni?
Not for the average person.
Not for the average person. So Tanya is telling you to be a Benoni, but you can't. So what's left? Now what?
You could at certain points in the day.
You can be a Benoni for a few minutes.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. You're supposed to know right now, right at this moment, you're a baby, but you're not looking at what's going to happen in the future.
Actually, a Benoni is not somebody who is good. A Benoni is somebody who can't be bad. He can't do an Aveda. Because if he could do an Aveda, it's already a Rasha. So is it realistic for the average person to reach a level where he cannot do an Aveda?
No.
If a Benoni can't do an Aveda, why is he not a tzaddik?
It still has its
A Yetzer Hara that never gets him to do an Aveda.
He still has it. Still pushing it.
Huh?
The whole point of the baby is that you're always holding yourself back.
Let me tell you the difference. A tzaddik can't do an Aveda because it doesn't exist for him. A tzaddik can't eat something that isn't kosher because it tastes like chalk. If a Benoni ate something that wasn't kosher, it would taste good. But the Benoni will never eat something that isn't kosher. Why? Because he is aware of the fact that the Eibishter is standing next to him. So how can you do the Aveda? So to be a Benoni means the Eibishter has to be so real to you that you can't do the Aveda. Not you have to hold yourself back. Just like if a human being was watching you, you couldn't do the Aveda. You don't even have to hold yourself back. So the Eibishter stops the Benoni from doing an Aveda. The tzaddik doesn't have to be stopped. He doesn't do Avedas because he is holy. Not because the Eibishter said no. So what if you can't make the Eibishter so real that you don't even want to do the Aveda? Which means you can't be a Benoni. Then what? So here's what we need to know for our generation. We can't be tzaddikim. We can't be beinanim. We can't be great. We can't be special. We're the last generation of Golus. What can we do? So the end of Tanya is not, okay, now go be a Benoni. The end of Tanya is the Eibishter wants a dira b'tachtonim. So whether you're a tzaddik, a Benoni, a Rasha, a Chacham, an idiot, it doesn't matter. Can you help make a dira b'tachtonim? Yes. So why aren't you helping? In other words, what the Tanya is concluding with is, it really doesn't matter what you are. You didn't come into this world in order to become something. You came into this world because you can make a dira b'tachtonim for the Eibishter. So it really doesn't matter. You can take all the pressure off yourself. So here's what we're doing in our generation. We're all damaged. We've been in Golus way too long, too much baggage. We're far from perfect. We're never going to be perfect. Don't even think about it. What should we think about? What can I do to make the world a dira b'tachtonim? Can you do anything? Yes. But what about the fact that I'm damaged, I'm not so smart, and I'm not so holy, and I'm not so good, and I do Avedas? See, if you, with all your troubles, with all your problems, with all your damage, if you can do something to make a dira b'tachtonim, that's even greater than when perfect people do it. So when it comes to making a dira b'tachtonim, nobody is left out. Nobody. In fact, the lower we are, the greater the dira b'tachtonim. So when you wake up in the morning every day, what's your plan? What are you thinking? Today I'm going to be good? Today I'll become a Benoni? Today I won't be damaged?
If you're damaged, make a bigger deal.
Uh-huh.
If you're damaged, make a bigger deal.
You wake up in the morning and you ask, what can I do to make a dira b'tachtonim? And there are so many opportunities. And it really doesn't matter how smart you are, how good you are, how strong you are. So one of the questions I looked at, one of the questions is, how do I stop sinning? How do I fight my Yetzer Hara? How? How do you fight a Yetzer Hara?
Hey,
Say no.
Without Chassidus, it was a pretty miserable battle. You fight, you lose, you fight again, you lose again. Quite miserable. And it made people depressed. Chassidus came along and said, what do you mean, fight your Yetzer Hara? If you're fighting your Yetzer Hara, you're making your Yetzer Hara a little too important. You're giving it too much credit. You're saying, my Yetzer Hara is very strong. How am I going to fight it? Well, as soon as you convince yourself that your Yetzer Hara is very strong, you pretty much lost the battle already. So you're scaring yourself. Oh, I can't fight such a strong Yetzer Hara. You don't make a big deal about a Yetzer Hara. The best way to fight a Yetzer Hara is to be smarter than the Yetzer Hara. Not stronger, not tougher, just smarter. The Yetzer Hara is very attractive. If somebody else asked, why is everything bad so much fun? Why? Why is every Aveda so much fun? Why does it feel good? Because if it didn't feel good, no one would ever do it. There's no reason to do a sin except that it feels good. Take that away, then there are no sins anymore. So the difference between the Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Hara, the Yetzer Tov makes a lot of sense. The Yetzer Hara feels good. That's all it has. The truth is that when you do something that makes a lot of sense, that feels good. So, how do you fight your Yetzer Hara? You simply say, you feel good, but I got a better way to feel good. So you're smarter than your Yetzer Hara. You don't fight it. And you're not scared of it. And it's not controlling you. You just have something much better to do than what your Yetzer Hara wants. So what happens if you do what your Yetzer Hara wants? Then you got to make up for it by doing a lot more good. Because the objective is do good, not stop being bad. You don't focus on what is wrong, you focus on what is right. So to wake up in the morning and think, how am I not going to sin today? That's it, you ruined it already. You're already too negative. You're already giving the Yetzer Hara too much credit. You wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, what good thing can I do today? How many good things can I do today? I can also do an Aveda. Everybody can do an Aveda. That's not a chokhmah. It's not an accomplishment. And you can't spend your whole life not doing Avedas. That's not a life. So you wake up in the morning, you say, Moida Ani, and you ask the Eibishter, what can I do for you today? And if you do something for the Eibishter today, it's a good day. That's a good day. You do 2 things, 10 things, very good day. What about the bad things you did? Why are you giving so much attention to the bad? It doesn't deserve so much attention. So the best way to fight a Yetzer Hara, ignore it. It wants attention. Don't give it attention. And even if you do what the Yetzer Hara wants because, you gave in, fine. It's done. Move away. Go back to doing good things. Doesn't that sound healthy? You don't get depressed. You don't get discouraged. And you don't let the Yetzer Hara scare you. It's not scary. It's just dumb. The difference between the Yetzer Hara and the Yetzer Tov, Yetzer Tov is smart, Yetzer Hara is dumb. All it knows is what feels good. So what is the Tanya saying? The Tanya is saying, you thought you needed to be a tzaddik. Okay, you don't need to be a tzaddik. You should be a Benoni. Okay, you can't be a Benoni. So make a dira b'tachteinim. That's more important than being a tzaddik or a Benoni. That's why we are the last generation of Golus and the first generation of Geula. In Golus, you need to be something special. But when you're ready for Geula, why do you need to be special? The dira b'tachtenim is special. So why waste time on yourself when you can be making a dira b'tachtenim? Does that sound right?
You're a nothing.
Huh?
So you're a nothing.
Not you're a nothing. The dira b'tachtenim depends on you. So for that, you have to be a chacham? No. You have to be a tzaddik? No. So it doesn't matter whether you're a something or a nothing. As long as you make the dira b'tachtenim, you are doing the right thing. But at least you stop worrying about yourself. The biggest problem is when you think about yourself. It's so depressing. No matter what you think about yourself, it's always depressing. I think I'm good. Maybe not good enough, but I'm good. See, once you start that subject, it's already messy. It doesn't matter whether you're the best or the worst. Because sometimes the best people in the world are totally useless. And sometimes the worst person in the world is the most useful. So it doesn't matter what you are, it's what you can do. And you can do what the whole world needs. That's why the Rebbe says, if you can do a mitzvah, you might be changing the whole world. One mitzvah. The fact that you're not a tzaddik or a Benoni, it doesn't matter. One mitzvah can change the whole world. So, do the mitzvah, be happy about it, stop worrying about yourself. Yes, you're damaged, you're broken, you're terrible, so is everybody else. We're in Golus too long. So we're all broken. Can't even be Benoni. So should we cry about it? Or, yeah. Or should we get busy doing what we're good at? What are we good at? Making a dira b'tachtenim. Make sense?
You said it better.
No. Making a dira b'tachtenim is the easiest thing in the world. Because any good thing, any good word, any good thought, so in a sense, we are a privileged generation. What we need to do doesn't demand internal processes. You don't have to become anything. And yet we're going to finish the job and make a dira b'tachtenim. It's exciting.